This video is to show the proper way to change a set of rod ends and some control arms, and at the same time change the bearing inserts. For a 12mm application for the bolts, a 1/4 inch punch works well to start with. Slide the punch in till it hits the gap between the bearing inserts. Tilt all the way one way, while holding this like so. Tap with a hammer. And tilt the other way. Slide it back down until it hits the gap between the inserts. A few more times, and you'll see the bearing insert is starting to come out of the bearing. And just work it back and forth. Until the bearing comes out, until the insert comes out of the bearing. Once you get it part way out, you can switch to a larger punch. Once you remove this, there will be some damage on the inner edge of the bearing. You can use a round file to clean that up and file the ends. Now, turn the control arm upside down, and then you use a much larger punch to drive the second insert out. Like so. If you were changing bolt sizes of the control arms, you could take 14mm inserts and install these back into these rod ends. But in this case, we're changing the rod end out because it has play, which might make noise on a street car. And since this is the left-hand rod end, it has to be rotated backwards to remove it. Jam nut broken loose. Install the jam nut on the new rod end. Then take some anti-seize and put it on the first 10 or so threads of the rod end. This is important to keep corrosion from occurring between the rod end and the aluminum, as water or moisture will seep in there over time. Only do about half the threads because you screw it in, the anti-seize is going to be forced out. Okay, just finger tighten that for now. Now, we're going to check our bearing inserts. Lightly file the ID, make sure there are no burrs left. Now we need to change vice jaws. Hand press the inserts in. Very light taps with the hammer just to get them started. Okay, they're fully seated in the bearing. So now we can adjust the control arm's length. So to do this, it's important that each bearing is adjusted to be at right angles to the center line of the control arm. You can do that with a long punch. Very close. If you don't have a giant pair of calipers, you can use a straight edge to do this. Don't attempt to measure the center to center length. It's too difficult to find the center of the hole. Measure at the edge of the insert on this inboard side to the outer edge of the insert on the opposite side. That will give you the center to center length. And check one side. 17.5 exactly. Spin the control arm around. Check this side. They're at 17.5. If one of the bearings were cocked, then you could average the two measurements to find out the center to center length in the bearings. But they're both 17.5 on both sides, so both our bearings are square. In this case, we need to adjust the dimension a little bit shorter. Okay, now it's set correctly. Put the bearing back in the control arm back in the soft jaws in the vise. Ensure that both rod ends are phased correctly at the same angle. and then tighten the jam nut. And that's it.